Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well today. My name is PJ and today I'll guide you around Silverstone in F1 2020. I'll be giving you some tips for each corner that you can use ahead of your next race. And if you want to get better at racing games, you can subscribe for more videos. But for now, let's get started. And we're on the run down here on the Lewis Hamilton straight down to turn 1 at Abbey, which is a flat out right-hander. You need to be fairly brave. You don't brake at all for this. You go fully flat out into the turn and you can ride the curb on the inside here, the black and white curb. You want to get as close to it as possible, position the centre of your car on the white line, and you're going flat out here. You just need to hold on. The car will make the corner properly. You've got enough downforce to make it work. So hold on, get to the right, and then as soon as you've done that, you get into the second part here where you just turn slightly to the left. It's easier on a wheel than a pad, but either way, it's still very doable, very easy, flat out in a modern Formula 1 car, which is absolutely great. However, soon after that flat out right left, you then need to consider braking here as you get into the loop. So your braking point is going to be at the 100 meter board. You want to get as far to the left as possible. You're braking from 8th gear down to about 3rd. 3rd is the normal gear to take this corner in, I believe. So you brake down hard, brake down into the 50 and then turn, and as you turn, bleed off the brakes and then just kind of coast through a little bit with a bit of throttle. And you can stay in 3rd then throughout this section here as you get to the second part. And you want to get over as far to the right as possible. And then another slight tap of the brakes and then bring it in. Now you've got two different ways of approaching this corner. Some people like to stay a little bit wider and maintain a longer line and carry higher speed onto the next corner. Whereas others would like to turn it in towards the apex and make sure that no matter what you do, you don't hit that red curb on the inside. You can hit the black and white, okay, but you don't want to hit the red. But as soon as you reach the apex here at the loop, you need to shift up to 4th gear and get ready to put the power down. And then you should be full throttle by the time you reach the end of the green part here on the rumble strip on the right hand side. So be on full throttle as you get out here. It might get a little bit loose, so get ready to counter steer. Get ready to react to it, but you need to carry as much speed as possible onto the Wellington straight. So you're flat out through here, go straight over this curb, avoid the yellows on the inside. You're flat out, and then you've got DRS as well to help you when you're attempting an overtake. You go flat out all the way down to Brooklands, which is down here. You can see the Brooklands building there on the right hand side, and you're braking just at around the 50 meter board. 50 would be the latest, I would say. So you're braking and you're trail braking all the way into this. So if you're a little iffy on the brakes, you might want to pull your brake bias back a little bit, bring it back to like 55 or 54 or something like that, and then that will get you enough front end grip to get you through the corner. Make sure that the tires don't lock up, which is very important. So you're coming through here 8th gear, and then you're down into 5th, down into 4th, and you stay wide initially, and then you tuck in here, and you can avoid the reds on the inside again because they'll launch the car off the ground. But make sure you get at least the left hand wheels on the black and white and get through here, and then you want to get as far over to the left hand side as you can for the next turn. You're going to hold it in 4th, maybe a slight tap of the brakes again, bring it down into 3rd gear. You can take this in either 3rd or 4th. Some like 3rd for the extra turn in and some like 4th for the extra speed. But your priority coming out of here then is going to be getting the throttle down here. So you'd be upshifting up to 4th, upshift again to 5th if you need to. And you should be full throttle by the time you reach these curbs here. However, be very careful because it's very easy if you're on those curbs for too long, especially on the black and white. You might want to aim for the green, especially for the black and white, because it's serrated and because the car is a little bit loose. It's very easy to snap the car there. I've seen it done many times, and I've done it many times myself, to be entirely fair. But either way, you're now flat out as you come down the old start-finish straight, and you want to tuck in as far to the right as you can, but make sure you don't cut this, because otherwise you will get a penalty. Make sure you keep at least one wheel in the white line. So there you go, you're flat out through this, and then you come down to one of the most exciting corners in Formula 1 to watch a modern car go around, and it is Cop's Corner. So here You're flat out, you're going to be in 8th gear. You're going to be all the way over here to the left, all the way. Use the curb as well. Make sure you get all the way over here. And then once you get to the 50, turn in and hold on for dear life. That is essentially the way it is. You're going to be flat out for this. If your tires are worn or if you get the line wrong, you may need to lift. But on a normal scenario, you are flat out in 8th gear, potentially 7th gear. Just to get in there and hold on, and then you can correct it a little bit on the way through with the throttle, but make sure that you keep your steering consistent as you get through and be confident with it, because a good lap time here requires a lot of bravery. So you're flat out through Copse Corner here, and you want to get on the curb on the inside as well. You want to get straight over it like so. Like I said before, if you feel you're going to run wide, lift off the throttle a bit and then put it back on again. Your objective should be on the exit. You need to be over here. Pretty much you can put 2 wheels on this curb. You can put 2 wheels on that curb. You can probably go out all the way out here if you want to carry maximum speed, but if you judge this wrong, you will come out too far. You'll get a cut track and you'll get a warning for that. So try to avoid that. But you're full throttle all the way down now to the famous Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel complex. So you are full throttle through the first part here. Hit the curb on the inside, make sure you don't hit the red. You're full throttle through this one, make sure you don't hit the reds there either. And then here, roughly, you're going to be starting to brake just as you hit the apex here. Maybe a little bit before, but you're only braking ever so slightly, and you're using the engine braking of the car to get the car down. So you're in 8th gear as you get to here, and then you bang it down to 7th, and you bang it down into 6th again as you get through here, and then maybe another slight bit of braking here. But as you can see, it's a very smooth corner, so you're trying to maintain as much speed as possible through here. Either way, you're going to be in 6th gear. Just a light tap of the brakes, maybe 5%, 10% pressure, that kind of thing. Bring it down into 6th gear. Get on the curb here on the inside if you can, and then you should aim to be full throttle by the time you're here on the exit. And if you're not, short shift up to 7th gear, and then that will give you the best possible speed out onto the straight. So you get out here, watch out for the DRS. There you go, hit that, full throttle all the way down, and then we come down to Stowe, which is another late braking bravery corner. And your reference point is going to be where the curb starts here. If you've got everything lined up and you're totally brave, you can brake at the 50. But for safety's sake, I would, as soon as you reach the curbs, then you hit the brakes. You hit the brakes, you're in 7th gear, and you're in 8th gear, and then you bring it down, bang down 2 gears into 6th. 5th if you think you're entering too fast. And then you want to stay wide initially through it, and then as soon as you reach the curb, you should be full throttle again, or near enough full throttle. I find in time trial I can get full throttle, but in a race I might need to lift a little bit. But you should be 6th gear here, keep it pinned, and then again you're just trying to hold the wheel tight, hold it tight on exit, and try not to run too far wide. You can run out to about here, I think, and you're about safe. And then you just keep it straight, keep it down. Pit lane entrance is on the right hand side, and you get over here to the right for the final chicane, and then you just brake at the 100-meter board, get it down to 3rd gear, and then your exit out of here is going to be a little bit tricky. Avoid the big red curb on the inside here, but make sure that you get the 2 wheels on the black and white so that you have the best line through here, because you're going to need it for the second part, where you short shift it up to 4th. And the tricky thing now here is you want to get on the throttle as early as possible to get back onto the Hamilton straight, but your main priority here is to just get through the corner first and then short shift as you get through. You can put a lot of curb here, but watch out, and it's hard to see with the sunlight in this scenario. This is a afternoon scenario, I believe, and it's very hard to see that red curb, but that's there, and if you hit that, you will unsettle the car at the worst possible moment and you'll suddenly lose control. So you want to short shift and get out of here, and then be very patient on the throttle. You might not be full throttle until you're out here, but verge it outside here, and then you should be full throttle by the time you get past the sausage curb there. Back onto the Hamilton straight, full throttle. Again, avoid the red, but clip the black and white, and there you go, for a lap of Silverstone. So let's get into a hot lap and see what this car can do. Here we go then, flying lap around Silverstone in a modern F1 car. Plenty of flat out corners around here, so you can see all the downforce in action as we begin with the right hander here. Completely flat for the left. Brake at 100, bring it down to third. Maintain the speed, maintain the third gear through here. Now upshift to fourth, get more on throttle to get through. Bring it down now to Brooklands. Brake hard. Ease off the brakes. Down into fourth gear. There you go, just be careful on the exit with the throttle there, as you need as much speed as possible to get into Cop's corner here. Easy flat, just steady steering all the way through. Flat through this, 8th gear, flat through that. As soon as you reach the apex, bring it down to 6th. And then flat on the exit. As we get down to Stowe now, you're looking for the 50-meter board. You're trying to maintain the throttle on the way out. Bring it down to the third. Short shift on the exit. Careful of the red curb on the inside. As you get onto the Hamilton straight and complete a lap of Silverstone. Now that you know your way around Silverstone, why not try out a couple of other guides on my channel? You can find 2 videos on screen now, and you can subscribe to get more in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, liking and subscribing, and I wish you the best of luck in your next race.